At the Northland Yoga Center, we offer a variety of yoga for all types of different people. So hopefully, if someone were to walk in these doors, they would find a yoga that fits what they're needing at any moment, whether it's relaxation and peace and calming, or a vigorous, flowing style of yoga. Yoga is about feeling good and movement. The movement, enjoying the freedom of movement of our bodies, enjoying the freedom of the movement of our breath in our body, and enjoying the freedom of movement of spirit. So what's wonderful about that is that when we find that freedom of movement in yoga, that relates to the movement in our lives. We get comfortable with change in yoga, and life is change, so we get comfortable with being able to breathe and find that freedom of movement in life as well as in yoga.
What is yoga? To me, yoga is a complete practice that unites our mind, our bodies, and our spirit. When I think of yoga practitioners, I tend to lump them into three categories. Those who practice for physical reasons, such as for strength and flexibility. Those who practice for therapeutic reasons, such as for low back pain. And then finally, those who practice for spiritual reasons, to have a higher connection to everyday life. For me, when I first began yoga, I fell into the physical category. But as my practice has evolved, I began to practice more for therapeutic and spiritual reasons. Yoga has helped me through a car accident, and yoga has helped me cope with the stress of everyday life. To me, that is yoga.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Kastner-Mortensen.
And I'm Wade Mortensen.
And we're the owners of my yoga studio in the Crossroads area of downtown Kansas City. And what yoga means to us, which I feel is pretty mutual, is yoga means union with the divine, or union with God, through asana, pranayama, and especially through meditation. We are disciples of Paramahansa Yogananda behind us, who says everything in your life can wait, but your search for God cannot wait. So yoga to us is definitely a daily spiritual practice about connecting with God. And that's one of the main reasons we both started teaching yoga, because yoga changed our lives in such a profound way and did deepen our connection with ourselves and spirit, and we wanted to share that with other people.
Yeah, I think the reason that I started teaching yoga initially, or I know I should say, so I was going through a really hard time in my life. I actually was going through a divorce and had just moved and changed jobs and all that. And I was at the gym and walked past a yoga class and said, oh, I can go in there and stretch out after my real workout. And I went in there and realized how challenging yoga can actually be. And the most profound part of that, though, was the moment of stillness that I had at the end of class when we were practicing Shavasana, where I was able to actually stop obsessing over all the things that I seemed to be constantly thinking about, give my mind a break. And after that, I was hooked, and before you know it, 11 months later, I'd been through a teacher training, and I was right back at that gym teaching yoga, teaching the same class, same time slot even that I had taken just 11 months prior.
And I had a similar experience because I was a personal trainer and an exercise junkie, and my first yoga class, my very first Shavasana, which was just a gentle class, and it kicked my butt. But in my Shavasana, I started just kind of silently crying, and I had no idea what was going on. But my teacher later told me that she just kind of silently nodded because she knew exactly what was going on. So I was a personal trainer by day eventually and taught yoga on the side at night, and I started seeing more transformation in my yoga students than I did my training clients, and also in my own body and my own life. So finally I took the leap of faith and opened my own studio 11 years ago, and just been doing yoga ever since.
And we actually met in a yoga class out in Los Angeles. We were both taking from the same teacher. It took a month, but we ended up actually finally talking, and before you know it, I think a month later we were engaged, 6 months later we were married. A year later we were moving back to Kansas City to run the yoga studio, and so here we are, Kansas City.
Yes, so if you're single, yoga is a great place, a conscious environment to meet your life partner. We highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Look out.